Hey guys, this is Cole Slayton with Futrell Marine here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we're excited to introduce our 2020 product. Behind me is a brand new 2020 Bennington 22 SSRX. Today we're going to do a quick walk around video on this boat and point out some of the features and benefits around it, and I'm going to explain exactly what an SSRX is. So first I want to talk about the SPS pontoon package on our Bennington. Bennington uses 25-inch diameter logs, and they run the full length of the pontoon. So one thing that's different with this pontoon setup compared to some of our competitors is that our center log is a full tri-tune. Some boats that are out there have got a center log that's cut off a little bit shorter. Some would call it an express tune or something like that. But one thing to check out whenever you are boat shopping is that if you're looking for a tri-tune, that it be a full-length tri-tune boat. Another thing to point out is that the transom sits out much further than the decking of the boat, and what that allows the boat to do is perform much better. The further you can get that weight of the engine back, the better the boat's going to be able to ride. After that, we can talk about lifting straits, and if you are looking online and doing research and stuff, that's one thing that you've probably seen quite a bit. So lifting straits are the piece of angled aluminum that are off the sides of the pontoons, and on Bennington they're on the center log as well as the outside logs. And what that allows the boat to do is get up on plane and perform much better, as well as whenever you go into a turn, to be able to perform, make the boat perform and lean up on its side and perform more like a fiberglass boat would in the water. At a 22-foot boat, you can see I've got quite a bit of deck space up here, and for most consumers that's really important for them. Boats look really good in the showroom, but you got to look at practicality when you're actually out there on the lake, when you're pulling up to a dock or pulling the boat out of the water or something like that. So having this deck space up here is nice to be able to go up to a dock, lean up, tie your boat up, and don't feel like you're on a small deck space up here where you feel like you're going to fall into the water. Some features that we've upgraded on this boat is going to be our stainless steel corner casting. So that's going to house the docking lights and the nav lights in the corner there, and gives it a really nice finish. This is going to be a 3-gate boat, and again, this is a center walk through. So you walk straight through the middle of the boat, and then you have a boarding gate on the port side. Little features around the boat: Bennington uses a full-length piano hinge, and what this allows the boat to do is be extremely strong right there at the hinge. So it's just longevity. The boat's going to be able to last for a long time, and you don't have to worry about your gate getting loose at any point in time. As we move back from there, obviously we have our table, and this wood grain look will match the wood grain here at the helm. You have a ton of storage all the way throughout the boat, so all of your seat bases open up, and especially like this, your backrest right here, the seat will open up completely in a good spot to be able to throw in a drop-in trash can or something like that. Another thing that's important to point out when you're looking at a tri-tune is what's called a center storage locker. Most of your tri-tunes nowadays are going to have something similar to this. Again, I feel that Bennington is able to outmatch the competition with their center storage locker. It's a full full-length storage right here, so it goes way forward up into the bow of the boat, and even goes a little bit further back right here. So for full-length water skis and all of that good stuff, that gear is able to tuck down in there very easily. You do have a bilge pump in that compartment, so if it was to rain or just traffic from in and out of the boat, that water can go into that compartment and be able to get drained out very easily. One thing that's nice about this layout specifically, being an SSRX, is you've got double captain's chairs. So for couples that just have a couple people in the boat, it's very nice to have that. But if you did have multiple people, 6, 7, 8 people when you're out on the lake, you have seating up in the front as well as plenty of seating in the back of the boat. So next we're going to talk about the helm on our 2020 SSRX and some of the features and benefits that come along with all of that. So like I mentioned before, this boat having what's called the SPS pontoon package, and some features that come along with that is going to be what's called hydraulic steering. In a boat this size is something you really want to have. In this specific model, we can put a 150 or a 200 on this boat, and having that hydraulic steering makes it much easier to be able to turn the steering wheel and help that boat perform, especially when you're pulling a skier or somebody on an inner tube or any water sport like that. So along with that, you have a tilt steering wheel, which is really nice. So if you ever wanted to tilt it all the way up and drive the boat while standing, it's very easy to do that. Up at the top, and we'll kind of work our way across here, you have your horn, your docking lights, your bilge pump, navigation lights, and accessory switches. Our gauges in front of the steering wheel are trim gauge, our RPM, hour meter, and fuel gauge. And then down below that is our Kicker KMC-10 head unit. And this is a really, colored display head unit, which is nice, and it's going to be Bluetooth, USB, or however you want to plug your phone up. You have the ability to do all of that very easily there. 2 more cup holders up here, and then we have our graph on the right-hand side. And you may have noticed that whenever I was talking about our speedometer gauge, I did not mention one up here, whereas now we do it in the graph, in the Garmin Striker 4 fish graph. And the reason why we do that It's GPS based instead of using an old school paddle wheel, so it's not going to get clogged up, and it's going to give you a much more accurate reading while you're moving across the water. So it'll read depth, speed, air temp, water temp, and it's going to be also a down scanning feature. So as far as working as a fish finder, you have the ability to use that as well. Other than that, you've got our traditional throttle, ignition, and a master power switch down here at the bottom. And what's nice about that is whenever you're out on the lake, and let's say you pull it up to the dock, you're done for the day, just flip that switch down, everything's turned off, and you don't have to worry about, oh, did I leave my battery switch on or anything like that. So it makes it much easier to be able to just hop back in the boat the next time you go and don't have to worry about a dead battery. So it's important to note Bennington's warranty and what really goes behind all of that. Bennington has a 10-year bow to stern warranty that covers parts and labor. So whenever you're looking at boats out there in the market, make sure you ask about that and see what all of that covers. 10 years bow to stern, covering everything on the boat, whether it be a light, gauge, instrumentation, whatever it is, covered for 10 years. And again, parts and labor. After that, you have a lifetime warranty. So from the deck down, the pontoons and cross members, anything that's welded, including the bending frame, is covered for a lifetime. So Bennington, being the #1 boat, wants to make sure to have the #1 warranty out there and protect its consumers when they make a purchase on one of their Bennington boats. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this video. If there's any questions we can answer for you, feel free to holler at us. Again, it's 4918 Central Avenue, Hot Springs, Arkansas, or futrellmarine.com. And again, my name is Cole Slayton. Thank y'all for viewing.